Normally I don't say much about things here happens unless it hit me. I just want to say that, I came to this country when I was 18, just finished high school, came over here. So I'm 69 today, so if you break down in increments, 20, 20, 20, 40, 60, I spend more time over here than in the old country. I'm a US citizen for quite a while now, but most of them weren't even born yet. And I didn't come to this country to be sitting here elected official, okay? As I said before, unfortunate event happened to me when I was a couple years in the country, in Chicago, got beat up. And you heard this before, he went to court, he never got punished. So, and that changed the course of my career. I went to US Army to serve 20 years, active duty, 24/7, and retire, okay? For too long, I have put up with a lot in silence. Excuse me the language. Too afraid to speak out, fearing more abuse and discrimination. Yeah. Then when I came out of the Army, I said, I'm going to make it a better community where I go to, wherever I live to serve. I do my best, do what is right. And then, in the last few years, things are just getting worse and worse. People, don't get me wrong, people love me in this community. I love them too. But there are some ignorant people that will come up to me and say that I don't look American or patriotic enough. Now that really gets my goat. That as things escalate to a certain level, certain restaurants, a lot of Asian restaurants, they experience that too. And they are hardworking American, hardworking people, law-abiding citizens. Some even serve in the US Armed Forces of America. Not Chinese Army, US Army, US military. I'm getting a little hard on this issue here. People question my patriotism, that I don't look American enough, they could not get over this face. I want to show you something. I want to tell you, because I'm not afraid. I don't have to live in fear, intimidation, or insults. I'm 69 years old, and I'm going to show you what patriotism, the questions about patriotism looks like. Here is my proof. This is sustained from my service in the US military. Now, is this patriot enough? I'm not ashamed to walk around anymore. Before I felt inhibited. People look at me strange. And dare to question me, my loyalty to this country. I don't look American enough. now last I read the US Constitution, we the people, we are all the same, we are equal. Not this, you are more superior, you are not. We are all the same. We all have, even I have some mindless prejudice sometimes. I caught myself. Oh, I don't like the way you dress, not the same. But you know, prejudice is hate. And that hate, it can be changed. We are human. You know, we need to be kinder, gentler to one another, because we are all the same. We are one human being on this earth. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Take over. Okay.
I'm joined now by Lee Wong. He's an elected official out in Ohio. You saw him in that video right there. Lee, thank you for joining us this week. I know it's been a busy weekend and past week for you.
Yes, it's been a busy week. Thank you, Daytona, for having me on the show.
Yeah, so I just want to start off with asking you how you're doing. I know that was an emotional experience for you. So how is everything?
After that, I feel relief.
Yeah.
I got it off my chest, finally.
Yeah, literally off your chest. I mean, you showed your bare chest to not only the people in that room, but also to the rest of the country and the rest of the world. This video has now gone viral. So what kind of reaction have you been getting from people?
Wow, it's very positive. I got reactions of people call me from all over the world. The world!
Yeah.
And I never expect that. It went viral like that. And it was just a simple message. And I didn't expect bearing my chest make that such an impact. So
I'm curious, when you went into that meeting that day, did you know you were going to do that? Had you prepared that speech?
No, it was totally unprepared, impromptu, and it was spontaneous. And I thought, well, I have to say something during the president of the board, and that there was a lot of things happening around me. And the last 2 years, especially, people getting bolder and bolder of this insults and prejudice, and was directed at me in the township.
So during that meeting, you thought, I need to do this.
I need to say something to get it off my chest. And that's what I did. But I didn't, I don't know why I did that. I took my shirt off. I don't know why. I got really emotional and hot at that moment. And so I just wanted the world to know that, you know, there's no room for prejudice and hate in America. And that we need to learn how to live together, be civil, be kind to one another. That was my message. And I speak up. If there's this kind of incidents again. So.
And after doing that, do you feel like your message has been heard?
I wasn't sure. I didn't know. I thought it was just a regular township meeting. Usually just people, a few people sit there and televise to the community. And I didn't know it got that much reaction immediately, almost immediately.
Yeah, went public real fast.
Real fast. It went into the orbit.
Yeah. I wonder if you can tell us a little bit more about your background. You're wearing your shirt today, your U.S. Army shirt. Tell me where you served and for how many years.
Yes, I'm always very proud to serve in our country. I came here, like I said, I was 18 years old. Then so I was attacked in Chicago. Also, another, that was a racial attack. He thought I was Japanese here. So the man never got punished. Went to court, he just got a non-reporting probation. That was it. I had to pay my hospital bill. But that that incident there, that was the trajectory of my career, the change. I thought there is something wrong here. I need to learn what America is all about. I was confused to what democracy is about. So I went to the Army, and Army really taught me well that I understand it. So I love it so much. I stayed 20 years, served in the Army I went in as an MP, and then to CID, Criminal Investigation Special Agent. And I retired after 20 years. But before I retire, I said that, hey, now when I get out, whatever I decided to live in the community, I want to make it a better place than I found it. That's why I get involved in running for an office. And I rode a bicycle, knocked on 18,000 doors in my town, and I got selected by 99% Caucasian community here.
Right.
That was 2005. So people like me, a lot of good people, don't get me wrong. There's only a few that's ignorant in a county.
If you don't mind me, I'm sorry, if you don't mind me asking, how did you get those scars when you were serving?
Oh, when I was combat training in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, log crawl on the ground with sharp objects. And, I was cut up pretty bad on my chest.
You said something really interesting when you got up and you showed your scars. You said, "Is this patriotic enough?"
That's right. Well, yeah, I don't know why I said that, but because I was questioned by people, it came to me that, well, you don't look American enough, and furthermore, you are not patriotic enough. That really gets me, and especially after I served 20 years, salute the flag, defend our Constitution, give you free speech, liberty, and then I came back to this, and it was horrible. That especially in the last 2 years, they're getting very vocal, very loud, approach me, and outside the election office, as I was running for office that way. It just wasn't right, not nice. It's almost, I would say, barbaric. And with the incident happened, restaurants around here, they've been threatened, graffiti, vandalism. And there was a lot of concern that they came to me, so Mr. Wong, what can you help us? So with the Atlanta shooting, I was sitting in a restaurant, and the other day before that meeting, during the weekend, I was thinking, wow, what if a gunman walked in right now and shoot me? We don't feel secure. Two of us sitting there like, where is the exit I can run to? That's not, that's serious. And when you don't feel secure or safe, it just, it bothers me. For me, my family, everyone. Yeah.
And Lee, I find this interesting because it's not like these types of attacks and hate crimes haven't happened before. They have happened before.
Yeah.
They're on the rise right now.
Yes.
But typically the Asian community is pretty quiet, puts, heads down and does the work. Why now? Why the urgency to come out and have your voice be heard right now?
Well, it is like a drug coming that you can't see it, but you can feel it, that is escalating. And things are getting, I can feel the tension in the air, the way people talk to me. And all this rhetoric out there it is not good. And this is not what we stand for. America was famous for freedom, democracy, love one another, but the American dream. So it is, I think it was just time to speak up.
Yeah.
You know, I took a lot of, excuse me, you know, crap in silence before. And afraid that, hey, I don't want to create more tensions or abuse or discrimination if I argue with them. I just kept quiet. We just all do our thing, be law abiding, let it go, love. And it's not going to work. You have to speak up. Many are afraid to speak up because they say, well, we've been made fun of our language, the way we talk, we have an accent, you know, that just make things worse. So I thought I just want to say something that night, something short and simple, and then I did this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even without words, what you did was worth thousands of words, and what you showed was so important. And I think that it really was heard by so many people. For everyone who's watching right now, if you could give them one message during this time of quite frankly, lots of divisiveness, what would that be? What would that message be?
I would say we need to be civil, return to civility, and be kind to one another. We are all human beings. We are all one race on this earth. Be nice to our neighbors, to our friends.
That's perfect. That is so amazing. I'm just so impressed by you, Lee, and you are in a position of leadership, and you have led that group so well. So thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you, Daytona. I do my best, try my best.